Test sound level. Test sound level. Test sound level. Test sound level. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alpha, Beta, Charlie, Delta, Echo, Foxtrot. Put my tie on, huh? Alright, looks a little odd, but we'll have to go with this. Back to the this thing here, the Track Clip Pro. With this particular headphone, it's a little bit going to a little bit too much to the that way. Move a little bit lower. Good, but I just have to get a little bit of piece of tape to. Hopefully it'll be calibrated well enough to be able to see that. Yeah, welcome. I know that I'm live. I'm not really on streaming mode yet, but gave myself a few minutes to get set up here. It's going to be an Altu Sturmovik stream followed by a Valheim stream later. But the reason I'm doing the Altu Sturmovik stream first is because I need to practice. I need to relearn how to fly a P-47 Thunderbolt. Very heavy fighter. Probably the heaviest fighter airplane in World War II, if I'm not mistaken. The jug, because it looks like a milk jug when you're seeing flying. If it's orbiting you and you can't see its wings, it just looks like a giant milk jug. Apparently, that's what they say in the that's what they said in the Chuck Yeager's book, at least, or I forget where I read that. I haven't seen a milk jug. Maybe back in the 40s, that's what it looked like, but. We're going to be flying this airplane. I'm trying to keep the fuel at 100% and some additional ammo. We're not going to have 150 grade fuel because I'm trying to follow what the briefing is saying for tonight. This is a practice. I'm just relearning how to fly this plane for the Friday night flight. Convergence. This has been an issue lately, Vile, too, because. Like you have two wings, okay? The airplane has the wings, and in these American airplanes, a lot of them, they have the guns on the wings here, okay? So there's some guns here, and there's some guns here, okay? And when these guns fire from the wings, if they just fire straight, then you would get half as much damage because one would hit here, the other one would hit there. So what happens with this convergence thing over here, what that does is it's how it moves the guns this way, and the distance is how far in front of the plane do the two bullet streams meet, and that's where you want to fire when the target is at that distance for maximum damage. And I think it's quite important in this particular game because the 50 caliber machine guns on these American planes on this game, they don't seem to be as powerful as the other guns. I mean, historically they weren't, but they seem to be, I've seen a couple of videos that they seem to be quite weak at the moment. I don't know if it's a bug. And I actually haven't tested myself. I just seen a few videos on the internet criticizing these guns. And, you know, it's a perennial debate. I think ever since I've played flight simulators. Here, let me switch to the video game. Ever since I've been playing flight simulator, there's always been a debate about, no, I don't need applause now. There's been a debate about 50 caliber machine guns and how effective, how fast, how destructive they are in these airplanes. You know, if you're like in the side of you like the German planes, and you're like, oh, that's fine, our guns are better anyway. If you're in the side of the Allied planes, you can complain they're too weak. Maybe we'll do a couple of tests in this stream, but really the main thing that I'm going to be testing on this stream is my ability to take off and land with this thing turn it on and everything. It's not like a Microsoft Flight Simulator where the everything is clickable here. Like I can't move my mouse and click on stuff in the cockpit here. None of these switches, because the Altitude developers, they made a decision to they have a really very highly detailed modeling of the plane systems, of the graphics, of the fidelity, but they decided to not make it a clickable cockpit, and you have to use keyboard commands to change things in the cockpit. It can make it a little bit more complicated because you have to remember all these other keyboard commands, but on the other hand, you don't have to remember to click all these switches to turn the plane on. You have to press E and it'll do it all for you. But that doesn't mean that you shouldn't know about these systems, because oh, 1 second. Ciao. What's going on? Oh, okay. Where is it? In the kitchen? Okay. All right. Let me go. Okay, I'll take a picture of it now and I'll send it to you. All right. Okay, I'll take a picture. I'll send it right now. Ciao, ciao. All right, 1 second. I have to take a picture of a shopping list that I forgot. I'll be right back. Right there. Almost there. All right, and that's done. Shopping list picture is sent. Amber is striking today, so she's out there picketing with the graduate students at Columbia. You know, the boss at Columbia, he makes like $4 million a year, and the poor graduate students who do all the work for the professors that have tenure made like a pittance. I mean, I don't know if it's minimum wage maybe, or what they wanted to be minimum wage, but let's not get into that now. Let me drink a little bit more coffee. Let's go back to the P-47. Hey, Tom, how are you doing? You got an advert? What is this treason? I apologize. I don't know if you can blame Jeff Bezos, you can blame other people, but we do live in a capitalistic society where, unfortunately, advertising is the way that people who are doing stuff like this can make some money. Because, you know, if you see like some sort of like, I don't know, they're like Cheetos or like some burger shot, not burger shot, that's in GTA, but I don't know, I've seen some weird ads for all sorts of stuff. Pizza, like it shows that gamers generally get advertised junk food to eat. You know, I suggest you learn how to cook some stuff at home. Okay, I can put some recipes on here on the stream. If you're lucky enough to have a home and to be here and to watch, welcome everybody. Thanks for being by. Tom, nah, it's all good. Support us, so it's fine. Cool, awesome. And yes, I'm here today. I'm gonna switch to Valheim later on. I want to go visit a Tin Can server, an European server. But tonight the stream is Friday Night Flights. It's a full real simulation of being a fighter pilot in World War II, and I'm flying the P-47 tonight. So I am going to be practicing taking off and landing of this thing and be able to turn it on and be able to not wreck the engine while I'm flying. So that's the main thing here. Let's see if I can get this started. Okay, so I'm just going to give you a quick little rundown of the plane. See this is a radio engine. It means that it's air cooled. Okay, so air comes in here and cools the engine. You don't need to have there's no water cooler in this, like a lot of these other World War II fighters. So it's this big radio engine with all those like cylinders around it, but they put like this cowling thing, these things like in the front here that's colored like yellow and black, that those are a cow covering. But you can see if you zoom in there, I think this is the most I can zoom in this particular flight simulator. I don't know if I can zoom any more than that, but you can see sort of the cylinders around there, and they put this cowl hood covering, and you see those big things. It looks like it's like a Christmas cracker that it's been pulled up. Those are the cowl flaps, and I think those cowl flaps you can control them. There you go. So you can open and close them, and that's to cool the engine. So that's one thing that's different about this plane from a lot of World War II planes here. Okay, you do have an oil cooler, and I think the window, the little window for that is this thing here. Let me see my keyboard. I've been writing on my keyboard, and let me know if my voice is too loud or if anything else is too loud here. My keyboard, here, oil. So see that little window next to the LH on the side of the plane there? I think I can open and cool. No, that's actually the oil radiator is in the bottom of the plane, I think. Anyway, there's a bunch of little details here. Here you go. See on the left, bottom left of right there. There's the little window on the left of the wing, of the front of the wing. I can open that and close it. That's the oil engine radiator. And you can see I'm moving this, and those little messages there on the right side of the screen, those are not going to be available tonight. So how the hell am I going to know what is the setting? And one answer to that is that you have to learn how to fly these planes by looking inside here. And you have to know that over here, okay, over here, there's like the little oil radiator, oil cooler shutter. And very helpfully, the P-47 has like a lot of labels, a nicely labeled copy. I'm going to leave it on neutral, okay. The intercooler shutters, that's the one I was confused about. And okay, I'm going to leave it in neutral as well. And that is the one that I was talking about back here. I think it's something to do with the supercharger. I don't really understand this one, but that one is that little window there next to the US Air Force star. You can see it's opening and closing there. Okay, I'm just going to leave it in neutral here according. And this link I posted on chat, that's I learned to do all this by following these wonderful videos from this gentleman who's a real life pilot called Requiem. I'm not sure if that's his, I don't think that's his real name. Copy that. I'll try not to crash. Have a good lurk, Dom. So that's what that link is that I put on chat. I hope it's still there. All right, so now okay, I think everything is pretty much set. Only thing I have to do, I have to get my mixture up. This is this thing over here, this red thing. And okay, the throttle is fine. I think the boost stays low right now. I think the boost is that one. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it I think over there. We don't need a supercharger boost right now. Okay, and I'm gonna press E. And here is where it differentiates from Microsoft Flight Simulator. You don't have to, or DCS, you don't have to go and click on everything. It just does it for you. But it actually simulates everything. It's as if you were clicking everything, but it's doing it for you, okay? And the engine will take a little while to go through its sequence. You're gonna see this little pump here that will be like us pumping fuel into the engine, and we're gonna see like this wonderful jug, the milk jug, the P-47D in this case, Thunderbolt. Starting up. You can check the ailerons are working there. I can lean back to the side here and look back and check and a little bit and see if I can see my flaps. Well, I'll just cheat and use the outside view here because we're not playing the full real server right now, so you can see if the flaps are working. They are. The elevators are working. Everything seems to be in order of this simulated aircraft right now. And you can hear the P-47 engine like coming to life right now. Soon it's gonna go. Whoo, this bit. There you go. Very powerful. Oh, first engine failure. Wonderful. A great start. Okay. And you know what happened? I forgot to put. I have to put the throttle a bit forward like that. Okay. So here we go. Let's try again. They're searching everything off. All right. And let's try again. You have to put the throttle a bit forward. I think I had about a half-inch throttle and I forgot about that. I don't think I have to do anything with the boost. Maybe the prop RPM, I forgot about that one too. So let me see if I remember which one that was. There you go. That's what I forgot as well. RPM should be max. The fuel mixture should be max, okay? I had forgotten that as well. All right. And about a half-inch of on the throttle there, okay? Let's try again. And if you're a more casual flight simmer and you want to try this sort of stuff and you're feeling a little bit, you look at the stuff and you feel a little bit intimidated. It's like, I'm just going to play War. You can just play War Thunder, which is a fantastic game as well. You can use a mouse. You don't even need like a flight controller. But this game you can turn off all this complicated stuff, and you can just have like you know, the computer manage the engine for you completely, so you can just concentrate on flying. You don't have to do all this stuff. I personally enjoy doing it because I like these machines. I like exploring how they work. And for this Friday night flight, oh, come on! Okay, a little bit more throttle. All right. I had to push a little bit more on the throttle for it to pick up. The gun cam has come on. I wish one day they will simulate gun cameras shots with like real film effects. They don't do that yet. Maybe someday. That'd be pretty cool.
Mayflower, this is Ruffman, leader, requesting taxi to runway. Over.
Ruffman, affirmative. Taxi to the runway.
Ruffman, leader, roger.
I think they have it. I have it the wrong way around these things. I think I'm supposed to be Ruffman and this guy's supposed to be Mayflower, because that sounds like you know, I'm the one who's having a rough time here starting this damn thing. If it's too loud, let me know. I'll turn it down. But we managed to do that. Now let's turn. Let's unlock the tail wheel. Unlock the tail wheel. Okay, I'm gonna look down here. Unlock the brakes first. All right. Parking brakes has been released. We're starting to move. Let's unlock the tail wheel. Unlock the tail wheel. Okay, the tail wheel has been released. Okay. Now I'm gonna have to be careful with the... And I think I have to get the boost a little bit more forward, because the engine really feels like it's barely going here. It's about to die. So let me let's get the boost up. Alright. Let's get the boost up here. And there's a way for me to interlink those two controls. I think it was Shift I. Let me park the plane. Let me stop the plane again. Stop the plane, stop the plane, stop the plane. Okay. See how it keeps moving around? That's because I unlocked the tail wheel. There's this giant thing spinning in front, which is the propeller. And so as this thing spins, the plane has a tendency to turn the other way, okay? So that's the tricky thing about controlling these World War II warbirds. I think I hear something. Okay, it's very good sound in this game. So let me remember if I can interlink this. Get Shift I. Alright, the throttle propel levers are interconnecting, and I think it's out I. And the turbo has interconnected. Okay, so now it's going to move forward with the prop. I don't have to worry about that. Alright, now let's see where the hell we're supposed to go. Might be too loud. I'm just gonna go turn back over here. Let's try to taxi to the runway and take off. It's a bit loud. Maybe canopy's open. It is open. Let me turn down the game sound a little bit. And I'll turn the... Thanks, Rastrop98. Welcome. And let me turn down the... as I go to merry-go-round here, let me close the canopy. That's probably a little better. And I also turned down the gain level a bit on the OBS here. If it's too loud still, please let me know and I'll turn it down further. It's tricky when you know, I play a lot of different games and I have to balance the audio for all of them. This is one of the trickiest ones to balance because the planes also have different sound levels. The P-47 in particular is, in my opinion, one of the best sounding games in this video game in I2 Sturmovik. I'll give it a little more distance. Alright. Oh! Another merry-go-round because the tail wheel is unlocked, okay? But to turn around, here, let me lock the tail wheel briefly here. Okay, that'll be easier. Because we're gonna have to take off anyway, and to take off we want the tail wheel locked. I'm almost here. I don't have to do any sharp turns, so I won't have to keep it unlocked. It'll make it easier to taxi. You have to keep tapping the brakes. Okay, we're just gonna go that way. I'm not sure if that's where the wind's coming from, but the runway looks long enough, and they look like they cut the trees down in the end there, so we'll be able to take off without too much trouble. Alright. Interesting thing of the P-47, see that little red light flashing? If it's flashing, it's okay. If it stays on, then you have a problem, which is it sounds to me like it's the other way around, but that it should be, you know. Usually a flashing light's a problem, and that's an indicator of I don't know if it's the booster, I forget. Thanks so much, Raster. Okay, let's go.
Mayflower, this is Ruffman, leader, requesting takeoff clearance. Over.
Ruffman, cleared for takeoff.
Ruffman, leader, taking off. Out.
I'm using right rudder to keep the nose on the wheel here. It's getting pulled to the left, okay? At about 120, right around there, we'll slowly pull back on the stick and rotate. There's a full tank of fuel here, so it's gonna be a little while. All right, here we go. Trying to give you some outside cinematic views as well. Beautiful airplane. It's like a big, heavy thing. You can feel it on the controls. All right, now let's take a look at the boost over here. We're climbing in the yellow over down here, the manifold pressure and the RPM, but then we're gonna go back to the green when we've got a little bit of height, okay? I'm gonna pull it back to the green there and the RPM. One confusing thing about that RPM is it's like a clock. It has two dials, okay? It has like the short dial and the big one. So, but the short dial is on the green, you can see. So it looks like the long one is on the red, but it's not. It's the green one that's the important one. Okay, so we're about a 2700, 2750 RPM. That's about right. Okay. Let's turn back into the airfield now, and let's try a landing. But before we try landing, let's do a little bit of, let's get above the clouds here and fly a little bit above the clouds, okay? And there's the airfield. We're gonna go back and land on the same runway we took off from. Try to land, I should say. Okay. All right. We'll get close to the clouds here for you to see some of this wonderful atmospheric effects that you have in this video game when you fly into clouds. You have these little water droplets on the windshield. I think I'm shouting a bit because the engine is like blaring in my own ears here. And for me, that's the advantage of having this like a cheap $25 headset like that I got, but it has like volume control so I can turn it down so I won't be like shouting over the engine to you, okay? Yeah, that feels better, all right. You close the radiator a little bit. So if and that's the propeller RPM. You'll lower that a little bit. Okay, that's over here. Lower the propeller RPM a little bit. It's very well. It's very nicely labeled. Like, let's see if I can see it down here. Increase. Okay, the propeller RPM doesn't have a lot of stuff on it. The mixture I wanted at auto rich. Okay, so it has it labeled down there. Auto rich mixture right there. There you go, auto rich. And I think where was the radiator controls? Is it this one? I'm moving down now. Watch out. You have to fly the airplane. First you aviate, then you communicate, okay, and then you troubleshoot. Don't troubleshoot and keep your hand in the cockpit all the time because you'll crash. I've done that many times before. All right. There's a runway we're gonna do for. We're gonna climb more, and then we're gonna go for one more circuit, and then we're gonna go in for a landing. All right. Let's get to the base of this cloud here. And I think I put some ground targets out there. I'm in a quick mission here, so we're gonna try some strafing. We're gonna a little later, we're going to load up some. I'm gonna check what other airplanes we're going to go be up against tonight. I think it's going to be the F-109s is one of them, so I'm going to set up some AI to try to win some battles against them and to prepare to shoot at potentially some real people flying these airplanes tonight. All right, there's those effects I've been telling you about, as mentioned a little bit before. Into the cloud here. I'm having a little bit of trouble climbing. I think I'm pulling too much on the stick. And I think, yeah, everything seems to be in order there. Smoking a little bit. That's something to do with the mixture probably. If I put the mixture a little leaner, then you stop having that smoke, which makes you more visible. All right. As you can see, the dappled sunlight down there. All right, I'm gonna turn back. Trying to remember that the airfield is down there. Recently, it's a very subtle effect, but if you look at the wing, okay, it's reflecting the sky right now, so it's the same color, that light blue of the sky. And if I point it towards the ground, it reflects more of the ground, the green from the ground. And this is a very subtle effect, but it was a recent update, I think last year, in the R2 Sturmovik graphics engine that really, it's very subtle, but it really makes it come to life and looks very realistic. It really looks like you're flying, like you're over there. All right. There's the airstrip. I think we took off from there, that direction, so we're gonna try to land the same direction because the wind seemed alright. Alright. So quick little weird snap roll there. See how heavy that plane is, because I'm not going fast enough. Have to pick up some airspeed over here. This is a definite boomer and zoomer plane. You don't want to turn fight with this thing. You want to keep your speed up, and you want to swoop down from preferably higher higher above the enemy down at them. Although if you are in a situation where you have some scissors situation where there's some enemy behind you, a trick you can pull is you can cut throttle. It's a very heavy plane, and then you do some light barrel rolls, okay? This sort of thing. It's pretty heavy. Do that sort of thing. It's a very heavy one, very ugly, but I haven't flown this in a while. That'll be my excuse. I probably shouldn't be doing this at this low altitude because I'll probably just spin and crash. But if you know how to do that properly, since this plane is so heavy, if you cut the throttle, it's kind of like in Top Gun of Tom Cruise. Like you put on the brakes and you're doing these barrel rolls, and you lose airspeed much faster than a BF-109. And they generally, unless they manage to hit you, unless they're really good shot, they'll pass right on through, then you put full power, and then you're behind them. It's a real tactic from World War II pilots that I heard about. I haven't, we can try some AI later, all right? But okay, let's cut power and let's come in for a touch and go. Let's see if we can successfully do a touch and go landing. All right. I'm gonna open now the canopy. So I think you land with the canopy open in this airplane. I'm going to take a look at my speed. Way too fast. Speed up and let's go around one more time. Oh, it's a touch and go. Let's just go in for it. What the hell? If I crash, then at least it gives you an opportunity for you to see the... I'm going to put the landing gear down. Well, I'm below 200. I am. Okay, landing gear is going down. If I crash, at least it gives you an opportunity to see the wonderful damage modeling in R2 Sturmovik. Horrible approach, but landing gear is locked. I'm not going to put the flaps down because it's a touch and go. All right, full power. Right, there's the touch, and we're off. I think the touch was on the grass, not even on the runway. I love the simulation of the hydraulics and everything. They simulate the planes how they really were. You know, they really are, because these planes are still flying. Like one particular landing gear going in before the other one. All these little details are simulated in this game. One of my favorite planes, the P-40. The way I was talking with a brand new follower the other day called the Ice Taxi Wolf. No, what was his name? The Ice Rider. I forget right now. I have it written down. because I have to send him a Discord link at some point. I was mentioning to him how the P-40, the way it raises landing gear is like a bird. Like it twists and then it swoops back. Maybe you can jump into the P-40 briefly later, but that'll probably be another stream. Okay. Now let's try to go for a real landing. Close the canopy again. Very strange shape, this airplane. It's always thought it's a very strangely shaped machine. Big and heavy and odd shape, you know. Big, heavy, air-cooled engine. All right, let's cut the throttle. I'm gonna try to go in for a proper landing now. Trim up. I don't know if this is Eindhoven or we're in the Netherlands here. All right, we'll put the landing gear down. Let's open the canopy. I lost track of where the airfield is now. There it is, okay. Flaps down. Nice feature of the P-47, you can see outside the setting of the flaps right there, painted. I think it's 20 degrees for landing, I'm not sure. Maybe it's full flaps, but it's let's leave it at 30. But it's a decently sized runway. It is a heavy plane, so you do want a lot of room. All right, a little bit of wind, not too much. For me, this is the hardest game to land, and it's very. Gotta get everything set because it's troublesome. Let's see out the window here and out this side. There it is. That's better. Oh, tree! Shit! Almost hit it. Oh, did you see that effect? Because I was above the water there. All right, bounced this one. Bounced it. Okay. It's alright, not too bad. It's heavy enough, it's forgiving enough, this plane, to land. The gears do have quite a bit of separation between them. Unlike the Spitfire, they're very close together, much more difficult. So you can afford to not be a fantastic pilot, or a really good pilot, and still be able to land this thing. There you go, especially if you have enough room, you know. If, like right now we have plenty of room. Okay. Hey Tom, how you doing? How's the food? I managed to land. I haven't crashed yet, miraculously. I'm gonna take off again. Okay, let's unlock the tail wheel. And then we can turn much faster. And see, when the tail wheel is unlocked, that's this little thing. See how it moves back here? That's the tail wheel's unlocked. So that little tail wheel there, the wheel on the back, can move freely, and then it can really dance around with the airplane. That's why it dances so much, because it's unlocked. But to take off, you want to have it locked, okay? So let's just try to take off. I don't even know if the wind's coming from this direction, but it's not a lot of wind, so we should be okay to... I'm going to lock the tail wheel again. And let's try to take off the opposite direction. And let's go find some targets to practice some strafing. I think I put some targets in this quick mission, okay? Stand back here. Another nice little detail of I2. If you're above a certain speed and you try to look outside with track IR, it won't let you go that far because it simulates you're going too fast to be able to look out there, okay? Copy that, Dom. When I took off with flaps. I don't need it flaps. Let's raise them. Right flaps are up. Copy that, Dom. Take it easy, man. I'm gonna play Valheim later if you wanna join. No pressure as always, but you are welcome to join if you want. All right. I'm gonna cheat a bit. I'm not gonna have map tonight or anything. It's gonna be like full real. I'm not gonna have like this pitch trimmer messages on the right here. It's gonna have to be all by feel. That's why I'm practicing now, and also to show you this beautiful airplane. But I'm gonna press M, and we're gonna see there's some trucks up ahead and some artillery. We're gonna go practice some strafing. Just to the northwest. Let's head over there. Let me drink some water. Let's do a quick gun test. Oh, what's going on? Oh, Track IR seems to be getting a little confused now. Uh-oh. Track IR just break?
Raw command, this is Marmite.
Oh dear, I can't look.
Proceed with your mission.
Oh, here we go.
Winds from the west.
Rushman, leader, copy.
Something's going on at Track IR, I'm not sure what, but that's going to be a problem. Stand by. Oh dear, okay. What is going on with this thing? Hello? Oh, okay. Now it's back. Maybe it got a little confused. Maybe it got confused with my mic doing. I don't know. Anyway, I'm glad it didn't crash. Okay, to the north here, there's some enemy targets. Let's go check them out. And one thing that I want to keep an eye on is my temperature here. See, I should stay in the green over there. On that. And that dial over there, and then I should be okay, because oftentimes in IL-2 what happens in the Friday night flights, I'm flying all okay, but my engine management, it sucks, and I've kept it on like too high a power for too long, and all of a sudden the engine gives out and I die, or I have to ditch. You know, nice thing about this game is if you land, even if you don't land perfectly, if you like lose a few pieces, you survive, and if you're behind friendly lines in the Friday night flight, you don't lose a life, because you have 3 lives. If you get shot and you get killed in the game, or if you get shot and you parachuting behind enemy lines and you get captured, that counts as a lost life. But if you ditch or parachute or land, preferably.
This is Marmite. Destroy
It's Marmite. I hate Marmite.
To the north. Range 3 miles.
I quite like Marmite actually. It's not bad.
Spotted 2 o'clock. Range 3 miles.
All right, there's some artillery
Engage.
there.
Out.
Let's see if we can find it. Let's see if we can find it without icons. Because I can turn on icons, but I'm just going to try to spot them without them, just to practice a little bit. You can zoom in. It's difficult to spot in these games after, but the plane feels really heavy right now. I don't know if I have some sort of setting wrong, but it feels quite heavy right now. Maybe I have to get my boost higher. I think my boost needs to be higher. Let's see. Yeah, that's the count. Shows off my boost. 1 second. Super boost. It is this one. I think it's fine because it's attached to the throttle now, so it's fine. All right. All right. To hell with it. Let's cheat. I think it's right. I'm right above him. They're right below me right now. Okay. I don't see him. Let's turn on. Let's cheat. Okay. Oh, there they are. There they are to the right there. Okay. All right. There they are. And they're firing too. That's our target. Let's test the guns. Guns work. Okay.
Rockman, this is Marmite. Objective completed. Return to base.
This
Roger.
This quick mission, it has some, I don't know if it's a bug, but like I think if they have a, so that if you just fire your guns, you complete the mission. Okay, that's fine. We're just practicing. I am having some trouble with the plane control. I'm having to really trim back much more than I'm used to. I don't know what's going on here, but let's try at least to blow up a target before I have to ditch. Okay. All right, there they are.
This is Marmite. In contact. Proceed with your mission. Winds from the south.
Ruffman, leader, copy.
I'll close the shutters a little bit so I can see out the front because, you know, can't see anything. Oh, shit. All right, let's try again. So you can fire, you can hear them firing.
This is
I forgot where's the
Objective
radiator
completed.
shutters. I'm
Return to
shouting
base.
at my mic because it's too loud.
Leader, Roger.
Let me turn the volume down again. Okay, that's better. I don't want to be shouting, but all right. Again, how do you control the? Let's see. Over there, it's control. Cow shutters. No. There he goes. It's my left shifter. Okay, let's close those. Okay, it'll also protect the engine a little more. Now let's turn back. Hey Timmy, how you doing? Did you get Valheim? Should do a joint stream together, man. Sorry I haven't shown up for a while, but I've been, I was gone for a while. I'm back now. I'm practicing some IL-2 Sturmovik here. Tonight there's a Friday night flight, which is a full real simulation of being a World War II fighter pilot with other human beings around the planet. It's a lot of fun, but for me to relearn to fly these planes, I really have to practice a little bit. So I'm in a quick mission here in IL-2 Sturmovik. One of my very favorite, probably my favorite flight simulator of all time. It's because of damage modeling and the detail they put into these airplanes. Let's get a little bit higher here. Let's try to get up a little bit. All right, I'm just gonna go for that last one. Oh, full power. I need some more. Oh, they ran away. Do you see them running? That's one thing about this game is it simulates these little details. You don't have to blow it up, you know? If you shoot at them, there are people behind those guns. They're gonna be terrified. If I was getting shot at by like what, like 50 caliber machine guns, I wouldn't keep like a hero shooting my artillery gun at something I hadn't even seen. I would run. I would be out of the loop just like those guys. So, and I don't think they go back, you know, if you terrify them enough that they leave the gun. So you don't have to actually blow something up, especially if it's these types of guns that are like, or trucks. Sometimes they run out of the truck too. I've seen that. And that brings to mind, I think one of the latest updates to IL-2 Sturmovik, they added these ammunition trucks. So you might get these huge explosions if you hit one of those now. I haven't seen it yet, because I haven't really played it since that update, because I was busy with this project. Okay, I'm going to get a little bit of height here.
In contact. Proceed with your mission. Winds from the southwest.
Doing well, thank you. Did get Valheim? I've only had a chance to play it once so far. Copy. If you want to play sometime together, I'd be very happy to show you around, help you. But it's a fun one to discover by yourself too. But just let me know, and I'll come and check your channel to see. Look at those. There's some lovely touches this game has. Those ricochets. Boom! Go on to us!
Rockman, this is Marmite.
Woo!
Objective completed. Return to base.
Ruffman, leader, Roger.
Okay, gonna do a hammerhead here. Gonna turn left, hit left rudder. It's a heavy plane, it's gonna swing back down. and hopefully I won't start spinning, which I am. Okay, screw that up because I'm going the opposite direction. I really have not flown the Jug, this heavy World War II fighter, the P-47 Thunderbolt, for a long time, so I'm used to flying the Spitfire. That's what I've been flying Microsoft Flight Simulator the last couple of streams. It's very light on the controls, a much lighter aircraft, you know, it doesn't have this tendency to drop out of the sky if you cut the throttle. This thing here is a completely different situation, so I'm glad I'm practicing right now, because otherwise tonight, I probably wouldn't have been able to take off. And that's always, in altitude Sturmovik, if you can take off, okay, that's an achievement. These World War II warbirds, they're so finicky. Like one little tap of the toe brakes, one little twist of the rudder, it can just break everything. But the fun thing is that when things go wrong in this game, you can see them going wrong. You can see like the pieces flying, and like the Microsoft Flight Simulator just tells you died, like all of a sudden. So that's what brings me joy playing these kinds of things that simulate physics really well. I have a total wrong settings here for ground attack. Oh, and another one! Woo! 1-2 boss. Total different. If I was supposed to be on a ground attack mission, I would have put my convergence with a 2. Like I'm flying, you know, I'm flying an airplane here. So I'm flying, and all the guns are on the wings. So that I have guns like here, and I have guns here, and they're shooting, and you have a convergence where they meet, where the stream of bullets meet. And right now I have it at 200 because, you know, if you're fighting fighters, you want to shoot at them with 50 cals, especially. They're not explosive rounds, at least I don't think they are in this game. So you have to be close to just have the kinetic energy of the gun, of the bullet to cause a structural failure or light a fire in the engine of the other plane. But if I was attacking ground targets, I would put it out at like 500, 600, half a kilometer away, because then you can start firing from much further away. So it's totally wrong convergence I'm using here, but you know, I'm just practicing. I blew 2 up, that's good so far. Let's try to get all 4, and let's go look for some trucks, unless I crash before. It's always a possibility when I'm strafing something, I might get too excited. I might have like tunnel vision on the target, I don't want to get away from it, I just auger in, I blow up the target with my airplane instead of the bullets. Alright. Boom, and another one, a poor hapless... and another, the target destroyed. Fantastic. This thing really, when you pick up some speed, it really gets going, this P-47. It's a heavy plane, has a lot of momentum. Alright. First engine back to continuous mode. Let's not forget the rudder here so I don't start a spin at low level and I blow myself up. Let's try to get right back to this one, and you know, I'm being impatient now, which is not generally a good idea in these situations, because that's when you blow up, when you're impatient. But I'm just trying to go straight back into them.
This is Marmite. Destroy enemy. Artillery to the northeast. Range half mile.
I thought about really going for him, but I was like this, you know, I was gonna crash. Let's a little bit more patience. Let's do another pass, okay?
Objective completed. Return to base.
Very exciting guy, this Marmite. Rough man, this is Marmite. Objective complete, return to base. It's okay. That's good. I think that's one of the traits of good air traffic controller is, or a good fighter pilot, is to be calm, you know. I'd be a terrible fighter pilot because I get so excited. I'd be like shouting, hey, everyone, I see the enemy, they're right here. But, you know, it's better if you're calm if you're in these situations. A little bit of a... I don't even have to use much of the rudder for the hammerheads in this, but I do now because I'm... almost, I'm losing it. Tricky beasts, World War II airplanes. You do one little thing, you're not paying attention. I was losing it there. I almost lost it. If that wing had dropped, I would have no chance. But I would have been blown up. Okay. Where is it now? Where's the target? There we are, to the left. I think I'm treating this engine pretty badly. Let's open up the cowl shutters again. Okay, there they are. I can look out. I can open the window here. All right, and let's look outside a bit. I'm moving too fast to look outside, but you can see like a head over there. I'm gonna open the cowl shutters because the engine is getting a little bit overheated. All right. Oh, engine combat time exceeded. Oh shit. Okay. Alright, there we go. Let's open them up for the engine.
Marmite, in contact. Proceed with your mission.
I'm not treating my engine.
Winds from the southeast.
That was pretty close. I'm not treating my engine well at all. I'm really gonna have to ask Reed Rick, this very nice gentleman, a good pilot, who I've flown with a couple of times in a Friday night flight. And Sketch, I'm flying on Sketch's team tonight. I've never flown a Sketch before. There's another gentleman who makes it all happen, who designs the mission, flies them. He has another guy that helps set up the server. I'm gonna be flying on his flight, and I'm gonna have so many questions in the beginning. It's like, what settings should I keep for my engine so it doesn't like blow up in the middle of the mission? You know, because I'm not familiar with this plane very much, and there's so many cool planes to fly, but I just forget. I'm flying too much of another plane, and I forget. Okay, and I have to remember all the controls again, and it's just it's work, you know. It's fun, but it's work. All right, here we go. Last artillery. Let's try again. Hey Tim, I think you're like two followers away from making a affiliate, right? Boom!
This is Marmite. Destroy enemy. Transport to the east. Range about 2 miles.
All right, let's go for the trucks now.
Transport.
All right.
Spotted. 3 o'clock. Range about 2 miles.
So you switch to external view to require ground target. Great idea. Yeah. I wish I could do that tonight, you know. Tonight, no external view, they block it. So tonight, I'm not going to be able to depend on that crutch. In my last flight on Friday night flights, I lost my guys. I lost my wingman. I lost Riedrich. I couldn't find him anymore. It was like a winter map. I lost everyone, all the friendlies. So it's just terrible, you know. As a wingman, you have to stay with the other person. But a moment they were there, the next they weren't, and I looked around, I couldn't find them, and there's no icons in the Friday night flights, full real settings. So, but it, you know, it simulates kind of like what it really was in World War II for these pilots. It was hard to see, and if you had 20/20 vision, like, you know, Chuck Yeager, those guys, and you could see much further than other people, that's a huge advantage. And they try to simulate it in this game. There is criticism about how it's done, but I think they do a very good job to simulate what it's like. I'll show you. Okay, I'm gonna turn on the icons now. Wait, guys, hidden press. Was it F2, F3? No, that's in Microsoft Flight. I'm forgetting now, but I'm just gonna keep using the mini map, and we're gonna try to find some trucks now. This ammunition truck that might blow up. I'm gonna ride. Hey, babe. Flying P-47 here. Ike, thanks, Raster. Let me check it out. Yep, you're right. There you go, Ike. Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, an applause for It's Domit, for Rastrop98, and for Timmy Thumb for joining the stream here. It's very nice to have these kind gentlemen with us. Is the cross coming through? I think it is, but I don't know if you can hear over the engine. I did, Cloud. Give me 1 second. I just have to say hello to Amber, and I'll be right back. Okay, but hopefully that won't crash, or it'll really be a second. Let's see. Okay, there's the trucks. Okay. Oh, let's blow up a truck, and then we'll say hi. Okay, let's say hi, and then I'll come back. 1 second. Thank you. No photos, please. 1 second. I just doing it. Oh, I just want to crash. I have not, I'm going to go after this. I know. That's awesome. We're not too scared. That's really good. Alright, I'm back. Let me try to get this set up. Oh dear. Shit, track IR is all messed up now. One second. Again, track IR is messed up. Let's try to see if we can figure this out. Let's figure it out here. Well, I'm just gonna have to like look at the game and try to match my head to what the game is doing, because I'm clicking the reset button, but it doesn't want to reset the way I want to do it. So weird. Let's just turn it off for a second. Oh, first engine is damaged. Jeez, of course. That's what I was gonna do. In the name of the gods. Okay. Oh, I called the gods in a rope. Okay, let's go. Not that well, but let's try to at least blow up a truck. See, like they're getting off the road because they get scared when you fire them. It's a really nicely modeled thing that how these little trucks they drive around and try to avoid you when there's traffic. I don't think there's another game that does this. Another flight simulator at least. All right, track IR seems to be slowly back behaving. It's not where I want it to be. Oh, and there goes my engine. Okay, gear down. Open the canopy. Oh, the gear! Oh, the gear managed to go down right. Oh, back on the stick. Back on the stick. I'm not touching the brakes because I don't want to nose over. Woo! That's gonna be the end of the fight. Oh my god, I can't believe that. The gear, because the P-47, the gears, like it's like this, okay, and then it's not like they both go down at the same time and lock. It's like one goes down and the other one goes down slowly, something to do with the hydraulics. So did you see that? Like right before it touched down, I think it managed to lock. So that was very lucky. That was just nuts. I treat this engine horribly. Tonight I'm gonna have to write Ask Sketch, and Riedrich is a pro of the P-47. I believe he said it's I think his favorite warbird, favorite World War II flight. I'm gonna have to ask him questions about how do I keep this from happening, because I wasn't paying attention, like a lot of things were happening, but I think that basically this here, I kept it, where is it? This tracker is all messed up now, but hopefully that doesn't happen tonight. I think I had the too much power in the engine for too long. Maybe I had kept the cower flaps, these things up here, closed too long. I keep forgetting which one. It's shift. I have to remember it's the shift button that I mapped to these. Maybe I had left these closed too long, so it overheated. Something happened. We're gonna see later. Thank you, Timmy. That was just lucky. Believe me. Number one, I happened to have a field by me that I could land at. It wasn't too much. I mean, it is Europe. I guess there's a lot of these field, not a lot of trees around. And number two, really. It wasn't expert, but the P-47, like these like the distance between how far away the landing gear is. The P-51 too, it helps a lot for you to be able to do landings like this. If it was the Spitfire that they're like close to the fuselage instead, then a wing can hit, the tip of the wingtip can hit, and then pieces will fly. It would be nuts. Okay. Well, I wanted to mention one other thing that I just thought about, but I think I forgot. Oh yeah, another cool thing of this flight simulator is that you can put your own custom photos in the cockpit. So I have right here. There's the Griffeys. My grandfather in the middle. This is taken, I think, in Brighton. And to his left is my Uncle Alan, who lives in Norwich, and there's my dad, who grew up around St. Ives. And I get to put this picture of them that I like very much and take it with me when I'm playing flight simulators, which is a really nice touch of this flight sim. All right. And I think I'm going to leave this here because I'm going to take a break. I'm going to go, Amber is a bit upset because like, you haven't even left the house yet, and it's a beautiful sunny day outside, even though it's really cold here in New York City. But I will be back a little later, Valheim. Thanks so much for being here, all of you. Raster Op 98, Timmy Thumb, it's Dom, and everyone else who's watching and not commenting. That's awesome. I'd love to have people just hanging out. Thanks so much, and I'll see you a little later, probably in about an hour with Valheim. And then tonight, 9 p.m. Est, with Friday night flights, I am excited because it's not only going to be about the airplane, it's going to be about talking on the radio. I have to use this SRS radio thing that you have to install, so it's more buttons to press. It's just going to be crazy. I'm definitely going to blow up and crash. So if you want to come and see that happen and see what it's like to, kind of what it's like to have be a World War II pilot back then in full real settings, come by, all right? Peace out. Happy Friday. Hope you have a lovely weekend.